We are back once again to explain the fact that all the churches are making merchandise of the world, as we said previously in our introductional topics. Now we shall be, explaining categorically, that fact that churches are making merchandise of the world based on the teachings of the doctrine of Christ, as we have said earlier before now. Now let's see from the book of, we read from the book of John chapter 2 from verse 12. After this, he went down to Capernaum, he and his mother and his brethren and his disciples, and they continued there not many days. And the Jews' Passover was at hand, and Jesus went up to Jerusalem and found in the temple those that sold oxen and sheep and doves, and the changers of money sitting. Verse 15. And when he had made a scourge of small cord, he drove them all out of the temple, and the sheep and the oxen, and poured out the changers' money, and overthrew the tables. Verse 16. And he said unto them that sold doves, take these things hence, make not my Father's house an house of merchandise. Now, this is what Christ was talking about. As he went to the temple, he discovered that in the temple, that the people were exchanging money. They were selling doves. They were selling material things. They were selling things that they were kind of transacting business in the church, in the temple. Now what happened? He turned the table upside down. He threw everything. He scattered everything. He said, the house of my Father is not the house of merchandise. It's not the house of business. It's not a place where you make merchandise of the world. Today, are people not exchanging money in the church? Are people not collecting offerings and tithe? The way people establish their business enterprise, the way people establish their business setup. They gather money, they exchange money, they take money to bank as business owner. Are church not doing the same way today? Because Christ is not present to turn the table upside down, to drive the people out, to drive them out of the temple. That is why they have the liberty to do whatever. That is why they felt they are doing the right thing. This is the word of Christ, saying, if you are doing anything in the church that involves money exchange, bring offering, bring tithe, all those things, you gather them. You bring materials in the church, you sell them. You bring books and whatever, you sell them. Whatever business you do in the church, whatever thing you do in the church that involve exchange of money, you are making merchandise of the world. You are selling materials in the name of church materials, in the name of making money to run the church. You are making merchandise of the world. This is the word of Christ. You are establishing a business in the name of church. You establish school in the name of church. You establish whatever factory in the name of church. You are making merchandise of the world. Are you aware? Or you want Christ to come down from heaven to flog you with tobacco? Or you want God to come down from heaven to scatter, to annihilate the temple, to scatter the church cathedral, before you know that you are making merchandise of the world? This is a message to all the church owners, all the church overseers that is changing money, collecting money from people in the name of tithe and offering, in the name of books, in the name of materials, establishing business in the name of church. You are making merchandise of the world. Hear it. God is saying, the message is coming from God, that you are making merchandise of the world. Nobody, people may not be able to tell you boldly, But the Holy Spirit is talking that you are making merchandise of the world based on the teachings and the principles of Christ. Remember the time of old, in the time of Christ, where Christ sold materials in the church. The time of Paul the Apostle, where do they collect tithes and offering to make merchandise of the world? That is the steps, the example you should take. If there is a place where Christ encouraged tithes, encourage material things, encourage building schools, encourage building establishments in the name of church, if there's a place where the apostles of old did that, that is when you are free to do. But if there is no trace of where Paul the Apostle, apostles of old in the New Testament or the Old Testament, where these people, there is no place where these people gathered money and sent to the bank, gather money and save it in the name of church, gather material things and sell it in the name of church. If there is nowhere such a thing happen and you are doing it today, you are making merchandise of the world. Based on this fact, we shall pause. If there is any other explanation, we are much more available or much more obliged, available on request. So if you have any doubt, you can call on us. We are available into social media to attend to all your doubts. Remain blessed.